Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your narrator, Captain Tarina Crook. And on behalf of Colonel Nemish, Commander, 91st Operations Group Commander, welcome to Minot Air Force Base and the 741st Change of Command Ceremony. We are pleased you are with us today to share in this important ceremony as we bid farewell to Lt Col Michael Harrison and welcome in a new leader, Lt Col Johnny Walker. Today's ceremony will have a unique format, but one that is required as our nation continues to fight the COVID-19 battle with our social distancing. Though this situation presents challenges, the traditions and formality of a change of command ceremony will stand and be put on display, conducted with great dignity and broadcasted on live social media. Our ceremony today is a celebration of both continuity and change. Continuity in that the form of a military tradition whose roots reach back through the time of legions to the ancient Rome to the passing of signettes that once symbolized the transfer of command from one to another. Change, as this great command says farewell to an honored leader and welcomes his successor through a ceremony that differs only in style, but not in substance, from that of the Romans. Once the members of the official party are in place, please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. During the playing of the national anthem, military members should stand at attention and civilian guests should stand with their hand over their heart. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. We are honored to have many guests with us here today. Special guests of Lt Col Walker include his spouse, Keely, his mother, Pat, and his in-laws, Dave and Kathy Russell. Special guest of Lt Col Harrison is Amber. We would also like to welcome all other commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, friends, and members of the 91st Operations Group. So with that being said, Colonel Nemish.
Well, good morning, everyone. I first want to just welcome you to this ceremony. These are unprecedented times, but I love that we have figured out ways to be able to still have this very special ceremony honoring folks as they enter and exit commands. And I know it takes a lot of work, so thank you for putting all this together. I also want to say hello to Colonel Little, who we know is out there watching as a distinguished visitor. So thanks, sir, for being here and for watching this and figuring out ways to stay connected with our airmen in spite of what's going on. For everybody that's watching, I do want to welcome The family that's sitting right here in front of us, Pat, all the way from Texas, is here and said that she would not miss this ceremony for anything and has traveled a long way in order to be here. So thanks for being here for Jonathan. Johnny's wife Keely is here as well, and this is her first time up here in North Dakota, and probably a first PCS, I'm guessing. And so we're happy to have you, and we're happy to welcome you to the family. And to Dave and Kathy, thanks for coming along on this PCS. I'd like to recognize you, sir. I understand you're a West Point graduate and a veteran yourself, and so you know how important these things are. And the PCS, while not your first, we appreciate you helping her come on up here, and Kathy as well. So thank you guys so much for being here today for this important thing. Amber, we have such a very small community, and Amber and I knew each other a long time ago when we were at Malmstrom. And when we were lieutenants, if you would have told me that we'd be standing here today, all of us, I would have said that you were crazy. But here we are, many years later, and I'm honored to be able to be here with you guys as well. So thanks for being here, and to your kiddos too. All right, so today is different, right? But nonetheless, still incredibly important to recognize what the ceremony is about and how important and symbolic it is. And so I'd like to quote our Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General Goldfein. A few years ago, he started a really great initiative to focus on our squadron, that particular unit in all of the Air Force that we have, all of our units. He was focusing on the squadron. And he said that the squadron's the beating heart of our United States Air Force and our most essential team. And those are really important words, our most essential team, right? And so to me, that translates to that is the most essential team that requires the best leaders that we have. If he thinks that they're that important, and I do too, we need to have leaders in that, leading those teams that are incredibly qualified and capable and just really incredible leaders. And so for me, I think this is probably one of the most important ceremonies that we'll do to recognize you guys and what you're about to do, Johnny, and what you have done, Mike, as you take command. So let's talk a little bit about what Lt Col Harrison has done the past couple of years. And we all know that he's been here a little longer than that, but let's just focus on the past couple of years, Mike, okay? Your list of accomplishments are incredibly impressive, and we could go through them line by line, but I'm gonna highlight some of the big themes. First of all, you use innovation and technology to change a lot of the things that we've done for a really long time in a really old fashion. And Mike has figured out how to bring in new ideas for the better of his airmen and make their lives better and also make their families' lives better. And I think that's awesome. Speaking of families, if you talk to the people in your squadron, what they'll say is that you figured out a way how to include and be inclusive of families. And not, spouses and kids, but moms and dads and brothers and sisters and everybody that people feel important. He welcomes into the squadron and makes them feel like they're part of the team. You showed the newest airmen how to balance our incredibly important mission, which we all know, but also with taking care of people, because we can do both, right? And Mike and Amber, you guys have been a great example on how to do that and realize that you have influenced and set a standard for our youngest airmen, our lieutenants, on how to do that and what they should expect as they move forward in their careers. So thank you for that. And I do believe that you're turning your squadron and your airmen over to amazing hands. So thanks for everything. All right, now on to the incoming commander, Lt Col Walker. Johnny, you do have big shoes to fill, and I know that you know that. But your record, and more importantly, your reputation. Your reputation for being a compassionate leader, for understanding how to give feedback in a great way, and those leadership traits, that's really what's going to underpin your command and how you're going to do here. And it's going to make you incredibly successful. And I'm really excited for that. Johnny has a wealth of experience. This is not his first time up here at Minot. And in between all of that, he's gone to weapons school and has gained that skill set, which is incredibly valuable. And most recently out of the Pentagon doing some joint things for the National Military Command Center. All of those experiences have led you here to today. and what you're going to do over the course of the next few years. And those experiences are important because he's going to be able to share those with his airmen and share those with the squadron and the group and the wing, and be able to influence their careers and influence how they view leadership. And the two of you as a team are going to be able to do amazing things for us here at Minot, and I'm really, really looking forward to working with you guys. So with that, I'd like to continue, but welcome back to the Gravel Haulers, and we're looking forward to everything that you guys are going to do.
Thank you, Colonel Nemish. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Harrison.
My notes as well.
Like a good missileer.
Yes. So, like most folks who stand in this position, I'm going to start with a few thank yous. And over the time that I've been here, and my time specifically in this squadron, there are too many folks to thank everyone individually. So I'm just going to thank a few. I'm going to begin with General Connor and General Huger. Thank you for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to lead this incredible unit. It truly has been the pinnacle of my career. Thank you to Chief Kreider, Khaki, for listening, for real mentorship, for showing me what a chief really is, and for investing in this officer. I appreciate it. With the DOs, ADOs, flight commanders, superintendents I've had the opportunity to work with over the last 2 years, thank you for your leadership, dedication, and commitment to the men and women of this unit. You have inspired me. Your passion and energy drove me to do my best. And thank you to our civilian staff. Lakia, Randy, Xavier, you are truly the backbone of our unit. What you do every single day makes a difference to all of our airmen. And for the most part, you are the first person they see when they get here and the last when they leave. And that makes you the face of the unit. It's a face I'm very proud of. Thank you. The 741st Missile Squadron was activated in 1962. We didn't start providing strategic deterrence until the first missile came online in 1963. We were on alert when Lyndon Johnson was elected president. We were on alert when young Jonathan Walker was born. That very day, we were on alert. When you spoke your first words, we were on alert. When you took your first steps, we were on alert. When the Berlin Wall fell, 9/11, this squadron was on alert. The day you met Keeley, we were on alert, okay? Through the dark winters when it's 50 degrees below zero, and the scorching summers where it's over 100 degrees here in Minot, North Dakota, this squadron was on alert. Every day since 1963, every day, the men and women of the 741st Missile Squadron have been providing unsurpassed nuclear combat power to our nation. Since I took command approximately 2 years ago, I can tell you, June 15th, 2018, not a single second has elapsed. Not a single moment since that time, 2 years ago, has elapsed when the combat capability of this squadron has been interrupted. We've continued to provide combat capability every single moment. It's incredible to think about it and the impact that this unit has on the geopolitical landscape of the world. And I'm handing that over to you today. Part of what makes, I'm really proud of what we've accomplished over the last few years. Mandy mentioned a few of the things. This unit, over the last 2 years, we've won Airman of the Year for the wing. We've won Headquarters Air Force's 13N Company Grade Officer of the Year. We've won Air Force Global Strike Command's Missile Operation Excellence Award. The innovations, not by me, but by the airmen in this squadron that were envisioned and executed, personally recognized by the Secretary of the Air Force. And during the 2019 nuclear certi inspection, this squadron pulled its weight. Four of our crews were evaluated in the simulator, all receiving top rankings, including the only crew in the group that received a no-notice evaluation. We had a 100% pass rate on our nuclear certi testing. We're the only squadron in the wing to receive a no-notice PRP inspection, and our PRP monitor was personally coined by the Air Force Corporate Strike Command Inspector General after that inspection. We're the only squadron to contribute to the maintenance group's technical operation during that successful technical operation during that inspection, and the only squadron to take an active role in the convoy recap during that inspection as well. This squadron, this team, has accomplished incredible things and been recognized at the highest level. Today, I hand responsibility for that team to you. This unit has tremendous heritage and tremendous history. But what really makes it special are the personal sacrifices and stories of every single airman in the 741st Missile Squadron. Lieutenant Gabby Graham, if you're watching, her father pulled alerts in these very LCCs when she was growing up. Lieutenant Zach Rutledge turned in his Master Sergeant stripes to Lieutenant powers to serve in this unit and lead these airmen. Lieutenant John Walsworth basically wanted to be a missileer since the day he was born. He's here. He'll be working for you. Lieutenant Margarita Korosheva, her family immigrated from Siberia. Lieutenant Lieutenant Radaman, her family immigrated from Belarus when she was 3 years old to New York City to do this mission eventually and serve side by side with you. We often talk about the warm blanket of nuclear deterrence, whether it be this squadron, this mission, this wing, the warm blanket of deterrence. Well, those stories, the stories of your airmen, form the fabric of that blanket, and soon you will know them all. The 741st deploys to Ryder, Plaza, Newtown, Stanley, and Carpio, North Dakota. But the individual sacrifices each airman has made to get here and continues to make to ensure our no-fail, 24/7, 365 mission continues are real, no matter how big or small they are. There will never be a group exactly like this again. And it's yours to lead. You were chosen, as Colonel Lemus talked about a little bit, because of your record, because of your reputation, and because of your demonstrated leadership. But perhaps most importantly, because of the trust that Colonel Lemus, the wing commander, and the 20th Air Force commander have in you to make good decisions. So I challenge you. They trust your judgment. So I challenge you, use it. Use your judgment over the next 2 years. They trust you. Trust yourself. Harry Truman, when talking about the office of the presidency, said, "I am here to make decisions, and whether they prove right or wrong, I'm going to make them." Over the next 2 years, you too will make decisions, and they will impact the lives of every one of your airmen, but make them with confidence. The same confidence my leadership team had in me, I have in you. And there's nobody I would rather hand this flag over today than you. Make me proud. Make them proud. I want to finish strong. Lead boldly. Bully. Bully!
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Harrison. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the change of command. Please stand for the official change of command.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Order number G-20-012. Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan M. Walker, by direction of the President, is appointed commander of the 741st Missile Squadron effective 24 July 2020.
Ma'am, I relinquish command.
Ma'am, I assume command.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander, 741st Missile Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Walker.
First, I start with some thank yous. Thank you, Chris, for being here. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for being narrator. Appreciate it. To Captain Beckner out there, thank you for all your work between two busy alerts. Thanks to Ms. Brown from Protocol, and thanks for PA for being able to broadcast this. We greatly appreciate that. So Colonel Little, thank you very much for your support and your trust in me. For yourself and Colonel Harris, thank you for trusting me with this position, this command, and specifically this squadron. Colonel Nemich, thank you for the kind and strong words. I appreciate what you said. I look forward to working with you and building on the trust you already have and strengthening that trust and bond, as Lieutenant Colonel Harrison talked about. Your words are powerful. I already had some weight, but leave for more weight, but I appreciate that. If there's any doubt of the passion of Lt Col Harrison and Amber, 4 years at Minot, 3 years 741st, and 2 years Commander. I mean, that shows it right there. So, even the last 3 days for changeover have been powerful. So, thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your leadership. Your impact and imprint is always good. So I appreciate that. I don't take that lightly. To the gravel haulers out there, as you know, the unit was started 77 years ago. It's our lineage as a 741st Bombardment Squadron. This unit has a long history of high performance, dating back to early bomb runs and continuing through current issues with 14 and 7-day alerts. And you guys and gals handle it with resilience and pride and excellence, and that I truly appreciate. The Air Force is a team sport, and missiles are a team sport, and we are a team. I can say this with confidence because I've already seen it happening, but we will continue to maintain a culture of inclusion and respect and dignity for all. I know you're already doing that, but I want to make sure that we know that is what we're going to do moving forward. I'm excited to be your commander. I'm looking forward to getting to know each one of you, to serve along with you, and excited to rejoin the gravel hauler team. A few special thanks to those that are closest to me, both in Zoom land and here sitting in the second row. So I don't know who else on Zoom, but I know many family, friends, supporters, mentors, and colleagues out there. And so I may be standing here alone today, but alone is not how I got here. And so thank you for all your support and caring, encouragement, and motivation. It truly is not going unnoticed. Thank you for being here. I know Dad's watching. Sorry. You've done many things, but if I was to summarize it, I think it'd be caring, loving, and forgiveness. Those are what kind of stick out. So thank you. Dave and Kathy, thank you for making the journey. Thank you for trusting me with your wife. You don't know they drove the Penske truck and they're here the last 2 weeks helping move. So no better taking dedication than driving the Penske truck across the nation. So thank you very much for everything you've done. Keely, thank you for being my adventure partner. I love you. Thanks for your resilience, love, and dedication, and look forward to our adventures together. So as I start this adventure, I'm super excited, look forward to it, and gravel haulers rock. Thank you.
And thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Walker. In keeping with Air Force tradition, we will conclude today's ceremony with the playing of the Air Force song. While it is customary for Air Force members to stand, we invite all of our guests to join us in standing for the Air Force song and departure of the official party and special guests. So ladies and gentlemen, please stand. And that concludes our today's ceremony. Thank you.